Tonight, former late-night show host David Letterman trolling CBS. Days after his successor, Stephen Colbert, announced that CBS canceled his show, the top-rated show. Letterman's YouTube page posting a 20-minute video with past criticism of CBS with the caption, "You can't spell CBS without BS." And here is just some of what is in that video, including Letterman's famous top 10 list.
Go number 10. CBS could be sold. Number 9. More powerful than the Weather Channel. Number 8. You're watching CBS at least for another week or two.
It's all about teamwork, and we have to pull together as a team, and if you don't, bad things will happen to your team. Sometimes I get the feeling our team never even gets off the bus.
Letterman's video coming as Colbert is taping his first new show since announcing his show was canceled. The network said it was canceled for financial reasons, but of course there are a lot of questions about whether that is the truth, because, Colbert had criticism of CBS's parent company for its settlement with Trump for $16 million over a 60 Minutes interview. And of course, Colbert's show is the top-rated show. Out front now, Sam Wheeler, the executive director for the Writers Guild of America East, which represents writers on the show. So what do you think, David Letterman coming out, obviously, sort of the godfather, of late night there. What does it say about Colbert's show?
Well, I think at the top, it's a reminder that The Late Show with Stephen Colbert is an institution, that there's a lineage to this show that, comes from Letterman to Colbert. I think it's very similar to a lot of what we saw over the weekend, where, celebrities and former guests pretty much spent all weekend reposting, sharing their appearances on the show. It's got a tremendous place in American culture, and that's why it's so disheartening to see it cast aside so quickly.
Right. So, we get to that. Now, the network is saying this was financial. CBS has a hell of a lot of problems. Okay, we know that. Most media has a hell of a lot of problems. They're saying, they didn't say this, but reportedly the show lost up to $40 million last year. Okay, so that's a lot of money. But as I said, it is the top-rated show. And when you hear this is financial, there's nothing else to see here, do you think that's right?
No, I don't. And I don't for a couple of reasons. I mean, first, this show has not taken any of the steps that other late night shows have taken to cut costs to stay on the air. And also, profit and loss reports don't account for a lot of ways in which a show like The Late Show with Stephen Colbert brings value to CBS and to Paramount. The Late Show is referenced in almost every quarterly Paramount investor call that we could find.
Right.
Wow. And I think that and that's because of the tremendous brand value that this has for the company. When you think about CBS, one of the first people you think about is Stephen Colbert. And so yes. I think that the wrong question is, was there financial problems? I think the question is, why was this canceled? Was it because of a
Well, and as you point out, if you have the top-rated show with something that is part of pop culture and, ubiquitous in American culture, then would you try to do everything you could to keep it, as opposed to jettisoning it so quickly? Now, this brings me to Colbert, things he said that people are now honing in on in light of that 60 Minutes settlement, which was also CBS prior to this merger. Colbert criticized Trump, and he actually talked about the settlement between Trump and Paramount. Here's what he said.
Now, I believe this kind of complicated financial settlement with a sitting government official has a technical name in legal circles. It's big fat bribe.
I mean, that was the First Amendment there. That was obviously before the cancellation. They're giving him another year on the air, right? Not another year, but 10 months on the air.
Yeah, and I think the timeline's really important, right? On Monday, he makes that joke. On Tuesday, David Ellison, the CEO of Skydance, meets with the FCC. In that meeting, there's a discussion about how CBS is going to represent a range of ideological viewpoints. On Wednesday, Colbert gets the notice that the show's been canceled. And so I think that to believe that this is about finances means that you have to kind of forget everything you know about the Trump administration, everything you know about CBS's capitulation, CBS and Paramount's capitulation to the Trump administration, and everything that we know about the timeline.
Right. I mean, sometimes when things are staring you in the face, you can look and see them.
It's more comforting to believe that it was for that reason, but I think that the facts are what they are in this case.
All right. Well, Sam, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And next, Trump supporters who also